Good morning. It is 6:43 a.m. on Tuesday, July 16th, 2019. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Now, first of all, I want to give credit for my little joke here to James Silverstein, who I know on Facebook, who contributed to my post yesterday talking about how I just rewatched Prometheus as part of my journey to rewatch the whole Alien series. And yes, you might say that I am anti-metheus. Now, what I actually said in the reply was that because the movie does have some good qualities, I might be more ambivametheus. Yeah, that doesn't have the same ring. Anyway, I did rewatch Prometheus, and this one I had seen more recently. And so, whereas like Alien and Aliens I had seen multiple times, and I knew them pretty well. Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection I had only seen one each, and it was a long time ago, so I really didn't remember very much. Prometheus I saw relatively recently and didn't like very much, so I was thinking going in, as I recall, this movie is beautiful but super dumb, and sure enough, I remembered it correctly. Even knowing that, even being prepared for that, rewatching it, there's just so many places where I was just sighing. It's like, okay, all right, really, okay, yeah. And it's frustrating, really, because the movie does have some good things going for it. The visuals are very cool and beautiful frequently. The cast is good. There are some really interesting ideas in the concept of the story, but every detail about just the moment-to-moment storytelling is just aggravating. It's so half-assed. It's very frustrating. Characters do things for no reason and just stupid stuff that just does not speak to the idea that these are real people in a real situation, and there's nothing grounding it. And it's over and over again, they do dumb things just to further the plot, and it makes no sense. And it's just, it feels like such a squandered opportunity. There's such a rough draft of it, and then like this barely there science. Like, it's one thing for science fiction movie to have half-assed or hand-wavy science, like, don't worry about it, we invented future technology that allows us to do whatever we want. Fine, okay, but like this movie barely even tries to hand wave anything, and it gets some other stuff just like not even hard stuff, just wrong. Like, they repeatedly refer to carbon dioxide as though it's carbon monoxide. They clearly mean carbon monoxide, but more than once they say carbon dioxide instead. They are not the same, you guys. So I will say that in order for a movie to get me worked up like that, see, it's not, if it was just bad start to finish, I just wouldn't care. Everyone would just say, no, that's the bad one, don't bother. But it's the hint of potential that's there and wasted that's just so aggravating. Characters that have like a spark of something interesting, but then the script just utterly fails them by making them do things that are just insanely dumb for no reason. Like the aliens, what's scary is when a character is smart, but the thing is just too smart for them, or too fast, or too crafty, or too strong, and you do the right things, but it's not enough. But like half of these characters are literally asking for it, and it's just, I shouldn't say literally asking for it because that's not actually what happens, but it's not literally, but figuratively asking for it. And it's just so frustrating because just like there's some cool stuff in there, but so much of the writing is just, it feels like an early rough draft where there's like, figure out a good reason for this later, and then they never did. And I because the writer has written other things that were not terrible, I just want to know what happened. I'm curious if any of you out there knows of an interview where Damon Lindelof accounts for this. I'd be curious to know, because it just feels so sloppy and it's really frustrating. But as previously mentioned, a lot of the visuals are beautiful. There's some cool story ideas in there, like the idea that this black sludge is like some sort of a bioweapon type of deal. The curiosity of, revealing it's like, oh, okay, well, there's these engineer race that actually created human beings, but then changed their mind for some reason. Why? That's an interesting mystery. I love the reveal of Charlize Theron's character Vickers turning out to be not just the Ice Queen captain, but the daughter of this, gazillionaire industrialist guy who has actually got completely different motivations than we expect, turning her, we initially think she's the Ripley. It turns out she's the Burke. And I think that's very cool, actually. And then, of course, she gets killed because she runs in a straight line instead of running 10 feet to her right to escape a rotating wheel of death. And ugh, ugh. Yeah. So, anyway, the last movie in the series that I intend to watch, because I don't care about the Alien versus Predator ones, is Alien Covenant, which I actually have not seen at all. So there's not a rewatch there, just a watch. So I feel like I heard that it was better than Prometheus, so I'm hopeful. We'll see. But in the meantime, I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.